Hey, my name is Wilson Mejia. I grew up in a primarily Catholic household. I get blessings from God every morning from my mother. Every time I step out the house, for example, my mom says, "God bless you," when I leave. I went to Rosendale Congregational Church and quickly realized that congregational churches function how Christians do. They work the same. In congregational churches, they often refer to each other as the priesthood of all believers. I tried going to an Orthodox church, but it was given in Greek and wasn't able to understand what was going on. As other people entered the church, there were instrumentals playing, and once everyone sat down, the priest came to sing a hymn. After this, the priest then said an opening prayer as all of the members of the church stood and listened. Following this, the priest proceeded to guide us through booklets given to us upon arrival, stating we'll go to the prayers, then some songs, and so on. After all this introduction, the real preaching is then started, which highlights the importance of the lessons taught to us by God and his disciples, as well as the challenges they endured in order to bring Christian faith to life. I noticed things were different in the congregational church. Though the music was played as people entered, the real difference was seen in prayer. I noticed prayer is the main focus of this church. The biggest difference was the silence in the church, as the pastor was saying his prayers. In the cathedral, pastors always said, "Peace be with you," and people in the crowds responded with, "And with your spirit," and other phrases like that. Another thing that I found a bit different was the involvement of the children in Sunday school towards the end of the service. These students brought what they called offerings, in which they pray over members of the church with the priest. After the prayers are given, the service is ended and the sanctuary is open, allowing people to gather within the fellowship hall. Another major thing I noticed was the pride flag hanging outside the church. I was astonished by this, as many churches frown upon the LGBTQ community. I think this was such a great touch to really ensure that all types of people are welcome to this church. I can't say I didn't see pride flags while in Cathedral. I did notice pride flags all around South End, but not directly in the church or outside it. By having a pride flag outside the congregational church, those who believe in may feel more likely to walk in and attend the service without the fear of being judged for what they like or look like. Reverend Kevin O'Leary ran the service. As I attended the service, I realized there was a connection between the service given by the Rosendale Congregational Church and the Nicene Creed. The Nicene Creed is a statement of belief that is used in the Christian liturgy and in our class. It's clear that in this religion, the Nicene Creed is the foundation of their beliefs and is accepted by those who believe in Christianity. The Nicene Creed states, "I believe in the Holy Spirit, the Holy Catholic Church, the communion of saints, the forgiveness of sins, the resurrection of the body, and the life everlasting." This is important to know because people may assume those who are congregational are prophets, when in reality they're people who believe in God, but Holy Spirit and the importance of forgiveness. The main idea is to spread love through all those believe in God, but also seek forgiveness and satisfaction of God, allowing it to roam through our soul, hearts, and mind. This also goes to show that the Rosendale Congregational Church is trying to demonstrate that what they teach is in fact true and relates to everyday life at one point. The priest asks us, "How many times have you noticed you are struggling and begin to ask God for help instead of a friend?" As I thought to myself, I realized I do this on a day-to-day basis. As I've said before, I'm headstrong and do not like reaching out for help. This led me to think about the people who were around me and how I genuinely believe and feel towards God. Also, my actions and beliefs affect others. I think one of the biggest questions that I was able to think of in my church visit was how I implement my learnings in my daily life, or how my views are going to serve as a source of motivation for me. Figuring out how I'm going to bring these ideas and beliefs into my life is one of the toughest struggles thus far. Not because I'm afraid to, but because I'm afraid to those who around me may view me as weak for trusting God with everything that happens to me. Thank you for your time.